Bruce Wayne didn't want to help Jim Gordon be a better Batman. You see, after the discovery of Mr. Bloom's seeds, Jim Gordon took them to the recently reborn Bruce Wayne, telling him that they needed to find the person responsible for dealing them, because if they didn't get it off the street, soon enough more people were gonna get hurt and more bad people were gonna start having powers. Unfortunately though, the investigative work that Jim needed to do was strictly prohibited by the GCPD, and he was only able to use the suit while on the clock. So he was wondering if Bruce could do him a favor by reprogramming the suit so they weren't able to monitor him. However, Bruce just wanted to leave that life in the past, and as a result of losing his memory, he probably couldn't help Jim even if he wanted to, stating that he wasn't the person he used to be anymore and that he was happy with his new life helping kids at the rec center. So eventually Jim was left with no other choice but to investigate without his armored suit, and even though he could use his regular suit, he still had to limit his use of its abilities, because if he used too much power, it would alert the GCPD. Anyways, a gang regarded as the Devil Pigs were his first investigative priority, because he was certain they had been doing business with Mr. Bloom since Gigi Hune, a member of the Devil Pigs and the guy who died in the last issue, had a seed implanted in his leg. But after discovering a massive aquarium filled with sharks in their warehouse, things got real ugly real fast, with practically every one of the gang members surrounding him with machine guns, threatening to end his life. So Jim was forced to dive behind some nearby equipment, where he defended himself with an electric batarang gun just long enough for somebody to accidentally shoot the shark tank, resulting in all the members being taken down and one of them actually being eaten by a shark. Moments later though, while analyzing the crime scene, Jim realized that this battle had only just begun, because the leader of the Devil Pigs managed to slip away and capitalize on his unawareness, activating a trap door right under Jim's feet that led to a fiery furnace that's temperature was continuously getting hotter. Our story then shifts things over to our first introduction of Mr. Bloom himself in the midst of Oswald Cobblepot trying to buy some of his seeds so he could sell them on the streets of Gotham. But according to Bloom, Penguin had it all wrong. He couldn't sell the seeds to just anybody because each one of them was personalized to work with one specific user's biology. Not fond of being told what he could and couldn't do though, Penguin then signaled one of his men to pull out his sidearm and blast Bloom directly in the face. Soon enough though, they realized that they weren't messing with just anybody, because as they walked away from the scene, giant spikes were suddenly jammed through all of their abdomens, which were actually fingers of the now fully transformed Mr. Bloom. But sadly, that's where this issue comes to an end, but if you want to see what happens next, guys, let me know in the comments down below.